Good Saturday morning. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, and 802 Honda. They are all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. 500 millibar are hectopascal heights showing here, these lines here. And of course we have a weather system that's being picked up by this trough of lower pressure and pushed to the north and east. It's going to overrun much colder air. And looking at temperatures, you can see these temperatures are basically in the 20s. And we'll zoom in a little bit more on that here in a second. But the cloud cover is fairly thin. For a fairly nice day, these clouds will be thickening up through the afternoon. And it does look like we'll see some rain arriving in Bennington County, perhaps as early as the early to mid part of this coming evening. All of that spreading north with freezing rain and issues to worry about, mostly for travel. That'll take place tonight and into the morning hours on Sunday. For this VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook, a fairly busy stretch just ahead with travel and some utility impacts. Rain will push in after a good project weather day the rest of today, Saturday, with some minor glazing and cold ground surfaces being a travel headache starting tonight and into part of Sunday. Everything changes back to rain, and better conditions for travel should reemerge, it looks like, Sunday afternoon. Now, the worst of it could be along and east of the Green Mountains. A quick break in the action will be followed by the main event for this week. That is potential wet snow loading, some marginal gradient wind gusts. Those will be out of the southeast and mostly affecting the western slopes of the most southern Green Mountains. However, it is a difficult forecast for later Monday into Tuesday. Southern counties most under the gun. Drier snowfall will continue after that moves on out. It looks like during the afternoon hours on Tuesday. And we'll see frequent snow showers and additional lighter accumulations daily into the day on Thursday. Beyond this period, looks like a quiet dry stretch was emerging for the later than following weekend with lowered confidence. Utility concerns are highest once again Monday night into Tuesday. There'll be future heads up on this incoming storm system. And also, we'll cover what will be moving through for tonight and during the morning hours on Sunday. So this is precipitation type. We'll cover this first, and you can see rain is primarily working its way north and east. It does get into the southern parts of Vermont. This is valid about 1 o'clock in the morning, so the stretch between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. on Sunday morning, showing that precipitation arrival. Continues to spread north with the leading edge seeing just a little bit of freezing rain. This will be problematical certainly for travel, but not expecting any issues for utilities with only 0.2 of an inch, worst case scenario. Most of that along the Connecticut River Valley, some of the higher elevations to the west of the Connecticut River Valley along the eastern slopes of the Greens. Our next weather system is going to be trying to start out as rain. It'll quickly become much more isothermal aloft, and evaporational cooling will set in, changing everything to snow or keeping it as snow. Some of that snow could be rather wet. And it does look like that wet snow, highest parameters mainly across the southern counties of Vermont. Looks like it could mix back with a little bit of rain on Tuesday afternoon, but temperatures once again are going to be close to about 30, 32 degrees. So the wet snow that has fallen during Monday night and into the morning hours on Tuesday may lock in, and that is a concern right now. It looks like we'll see a continuation of snow showers and probably valley flurries. That'll take place off and on. And additional accumulations continue right into Thursday afternoon before things begin to wind on down. After that, we're looking at a drier stretch. You can see no precipitation 7 days here. We're talking during the first half of the weekend. And it looks like we'll have a 3-day stretch of dry weather about Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. Looking way down the road here, our next weather system could be all rain. So watching the area of higher pressure advance out of the region with good weather. We'll just run this again. This is with pressure gradients. And you can see the heavier precipitation. And let's just jump back to that right here. So you can see an area of low pressure beginning to spin up along the southern New England coast, kind of a Miller B. This is going to be heading north, but the damage will have been done with the rainfall. And of course a little bit of freezing rain with treacherous travel conditions during the morning hours on Sunday. Again, that pushes away. Things dry up, we get a little bit of a break, and we have incoming weather system number 2, Pacific Jet Energy, that's worked in from parts of California and so forth. This is a little bit more heftier amounts of moisture in our neck of the woods. It does look like this will be some better chances for wet snow and potentially some bigger snowfalls, with that snow continuing to accrue, with snow showers continuing quite a few days. You can see that elongated trough of lower pressure, and then that pulls away and dries out on Thursday, and then a big area of higher pressure builds in. This 1030 hectopascal surface high will then cover all of the northeast United States for about a 3-day stretch of dry weather. Here's the GFS ensemble. This is again centered on the Montpelier area, and looking at total precipitation. And you can see the total amounts here running about a little bit over a ½ an inch. And then we get a break in the action, and then the next weather system moves on in. So looking at that with 3-hourly QPF, you can see the two weather systems. This one primarily rain, some freezing rain. This one primarily snow and wet snow. Fairly busy weather pattern. You can see the driest weather in the southeast United States, parts of the northern upper Midwest into the prairies of Canada. You can see west coast phenomenon getting a series of frontal systems, and that's also producing some much needed snowfall to the interior sections, including Arizona north into the Rockies. Looking at the 850 millibar hectopascal temperatures aloft, this is the freezing line, 0 degrees Celsius. Anything warmer than this at the top of Mount Mansfield level is primarily rain. Anything colder than that is snow. So you can see the general pattern here. Snow, but rain out ahead of it, and that's that first weather system. 2-meter temperatures showing the low this morning, daytime high, and so forth. This being 32 degrees, this purple line. And you can see going above and below, topping out, and then a gradual fall. No real big roller coaster rides except upward, and staying in this sort of critical level here. This is problematic for wet snow loading. Temperatures close to 32 degrees at surface. Weighted temperatures for the next 5 days, neutral to about 3 degrees above, and it cools on down as we get into about 3 to 6 degrees, going below normals. That's about 3 days later. These are maximum high temperatures only. And this is a quick look at the freezing rain and how much glazing. You can see that this is by 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Just a slight higher, generally a 1/100 of an inch to about a 1/10 of an inch. This is up to a 1/4 of an inch. Areas around Montreal could be problematical, as well as some of the local Appalachians off to the south of us. That's it from here, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.